My name is Angel. My name is Angel.
Yeah, my name is Dennis. I've been doing fentanyl for some years now, for about 4 years, 5 years, here in San Francisco. It's an unseen thing, like unseen force that's taking over Frisco, I think. Everybody on hype, on Fetty, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's doing Fetty. It's a fad now.
Do you use any of the harm reduction services they offer out here?
Yeah, I use them. I use them to get what I need, get my foil, get my tutors, get my shit, you know what I'm saying?
Have you tried to get clean before?
Nah, I haven't. I haven't tried to get clean.
Do you want to?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck? Hey, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened?
Caught on camera, a carjacking in San Francisco in broad daylight.
Why is that Prius speeding away backwards?
A group doing interviews for a web show saw a food delivery driver pull up to a restaurant to pick up a pizza. The driver left his car running. Someone hopped in and sped off backwards.
And just like that, within 90 seconds of being in San Francisco, I witnessed open-air fentanyl use, a carjacking, and ended up on the nightly news.
Hello, my name is Andrew Callahan, and you're about to watch our documentary, San Francisco Streets, our most in-depth project yet, which explores a variety of issues, such as homelessness, shoplifting, gentrification, harm reduction, city history, zoning laws, fentanyl, and so forth. We're going to be talking to cops, drug dealers, local vigilantes, professional shoplifters, harm reduction workers, pimps, and beyond. Some of the footage ahead may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, back to the streets.
The victim yelling for help as a YouTuber tries to interview him.
That guy just went in and grabbed a DoorDash order, and then he ran out when he saw his car get jacked. It happens that fast.
Thankfully, the delivery driver's Prius was found a few blocks away 30 minutes later.
Minutes later, officers arrested 52-year-old Kara Holcomb.
But by then, cell phone footage of the incident had gone viral.
This is a lot of chaos happening with this. For example,
Because of racking up millions of views and tens of thousands of comments. It would be a Prius. San Francisco is gayer than shit. If a nuke dropped on California, I would actually be happy. You get what you vote for. Thanks, Biden. Thank God I live in Florida. Why is that Jew all gas, no brakes with
There are keys at me. Is this shit staged?
I was amused, but also puzzled. I mean, how did that video go viral so fast? And who recorded it?
The man who posted this video, Richie Wynn, is a San Francisco native.
I'm telling you, it's always wild down here, raw. The crime gotten out of control. I felt like they had empathy.
The man who recorded the video was named Richie Wynn, a former cocaine dealer who got caught with a couple 8-balls during COVID and came out of jail sober. Nowadays, he works at a nightclub and films something called the Ciroc Challenge. And sometimes, just sometimes, goes on Fox News.
So Richie used to deal drugs. What's your solution to all this?
Not to discuss bottle service, but rather to discuss his other videos, which basically consist of him confronting homeless people on the sidewalk.
What you smoking, man? What you guys doing out here? You shooting up right in here, bro? Is that some crack, mama? You want to do that in front of the kids, man? Clean that shit up, bro. That shit's ugly, bro. My name's Richie Wynn. Basically, I'm kind of like a video vigilante, if you will. I'm kind of taking it into my own hands to film some of the things that I feel like are plaguing the city, mainly the drug use. Hey, bro, you know people got kids and stuff like that. You out here rolling up heroin or fentanyl? You can't be doing that right here. Have a little fucking respect, man, for people that pay rent. I don't think the children should have to see it because it's grotesque. A lot of it is, it's harsh to see. It is very gruesome. Some of these individuals are suffering from also mental illness and picking away at themselves. They are shooting drugs in their neck. They are screaming obscenities that can be triggering to somebody that is frail and is still developing. I gotta stop smoking that shit in front of the kids, man. You got the kids right here, man. What the fuck you say, man? Arrest these individuals. Take them into custody. This bus stop right here is the 14 Mission. Last year, I shot a viral video. A group of school children were getting off of that bus right there. Bye, kids. Y'all get home safe, okay? and they had to wade their way through this kind of mess that you're seeing right here, which is like an open air drug market. You know, people using, people selling. Countless people have seen it. Numerous news outlets have used it.
For Richie, filming San Francisco's decay is a steady side hustle. Last year, Fox News spent $1.6 billion on licensing fees. Essentially, that means acquiring the rights to content, usually scary, juicy content, engineered to generate maximum outrage and piss off their core demographic to bring more eyes to cable TV, which is a dying platform.
Yea, we get active. Democrats approve of racial violence.
And in just this year alone, Fox News has licensed over a dozen of Richie's clips. It's not clear how much they pay Richie per video, but his work has been featured in multiple primetime segments. Here's a couple examples.
When I was a kid, my biggest worry in school was forgetting my locker combo. Now these kids in San Francisco have this. Homeless drug addicts, after getting off the school bus, who the heck thought this was a good idea?
In San Francisco, junkies have more rights than you do, because liberalism spreads worse than a virus from a Chinese lab.
And for the politicians that argue the fact that they think San Francisco is safe right now, go down to Civic Center and pull out your camera phone, and I guarantee you will be met with some type of violence or some type of disgruntled individual. You don't need to be smoking drugs. There's children that live in this building right here. So maybe you should take it somewhere else.
Please not getting it me.
Come on, bro. Leave her alone, bro.
Take me, bro. Who the fuck you think you talking to, punk?
It's an ecosystem that has thrived off of the illegal drug trade, the lax laws for stealing and reselling stolen goods. Oh yeah, the shoplifting is wild.
Recent high-profile cases of organized retail theft have cast an ugly pall on cities like San Francisco.
You know, I've seen the people come in, take whatever off the shelves, and just walk right out of it.
More than a dozen Walgreens stores have shuttered. Target has limited its hours.
It was happening so much here at this Whole Foods that's in my building that they had to shut down. The employees didn't feel safe. The place was only open for a year. Oh, it was only open for a year, and this was their flagship store. It was a gorgeous store.
London Breeze sucks. She's allowed to drugs on the street. I gotta go to work every day and walk through shit. People not over dying. That's some sucker shit.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
What's up, dog?
How you doing?
How you doing out here, bro?
I'm living the best I can. Unfortunately, I'm living these mean streets.
Yeah?
Still alive.
You've been doing drugs and shit?
Absolutely. It's the life we live.
What's your drug of choice?
Crack cocaine. No, kidding. Fentanyl.
How long have you been doing that for?
About a year.
What do you think made you want to first get into it?
I'm opiate dependent. I've been dependent on opiates since I was 16. Broke my leg, broke my ankle. I've been doing Percocets, Oxycontin, Big Pharma. You know, it's the biggest reason why a lot of people are addicted to these opiates, you know.
The Sackler family is one of the richest families in America. The source of that wealth was for many years Oxycontin, the addictive painkiller considered one of the initial sparks for the nation's opioid crisis, a crisis that has already left more than 450,000 Americans dead and continues today.
I'm dependent on it, you know. Without it, I don't function as well, you know.
How'd you break your leg?
Fighting, actually. I was in a fight, yeah. 16, 17, high school, yeah, freshman year, sophomore year. My sister was making out with some fucking roid rager, so I swung on him, and my buddy grabbed me. I don't know what happened. My ankle ended up getting snapped on the stair.
Have you tried to quit before?
Yeah, I did about two and a half years this last run. Had my life together, and I ended up hurting my back in the job, working in construction over in Livermore. Relapsing, got evicted, lived in my van. It became real once I lost my van. It's a trip. So my goal is to try to stay alive and stay, you know, I don't want to die before my mom, you know what I mean? That's my biggest goal. Is she shouldn't have to bury her son.
Where's your mom at now?
North Carolina.
When's the last time you talked to her?
7 years, 7 years. It's been a while. I'm 30. I turned 38.
Does she know you're out here?
No one does. Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom. If you see me, I'm still alive. I know I look like shit. Lost all my teeth, but that was in, you know, I got done a fight. I got jumped, so.
Honestly, bro, you don't look that bad.
Thank you.
Yeah. How do you get money?
The boost in life, as you can see.
Oh, shit. Fresh licks.
Said fresh licks, you said. We got stuff to get by. Stay warm. Got some shirts. Got my Ben & Jerry's. You know what I mean?
How do you typically resell the shit that you boost?
It sells itself. Everyone loves a good deal. I know it's not a good thing to do, but it is what it is. It's our life. We could be doing worse things. A lot of these big companies are all fucking write-offs anyways.
Ice cream, how much for the ice cream? I want the ice cream.
$3 for that one.
What flavor is it? What flavor is it? Yo, I haven't tried that one. Send it. I got 3 right now. I'm gonna eat it right fucking now once I give him the cigarettes.
It is what it is. It's either that or I starve tonight. It's all around shitty. It's not fun. You know what I mean? I'd rather work. This shit's harder than you think. You know. Ice cream's more addicting than fentanyl. I'm not gonna lie. If fentanyl didn't make me dope sick, I would be more addicted to ice cream. I think once I'm done and sober from fentanyl, I'm still gonna be addicted to ice cream.
San Francisco's locking up their ice cream.
Yeah. So what happened to the ice cream, bro?
We had to lock the shit up because they came in here. They started stealing all kind of shit. They came in trash bags, and that's like every night too.
So I say this not only to the Democrats that we have to fix this problem, but I'll say it to the Republicans as well. We're handling. We're handling.
Hey, bad bitch alert.
Y'all, what's happening? My birth certificate say female and it do say San Francisco, but I'm homeless.
Oh. Can we talk to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. So how you doing, Andrew? Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Okay, so my name is Miss J. Vera Williams. The last corporate job I had was Ted Baker as senior manager in 2022, making $2,700 every 2 weeks, and that's still not being enough to, number one, solidify safe housing and to live off of.
How much do you think you need a month to survive well in San Francisco?
$5,000. But I'm a person that would categorize under high priority, consider I have HIV. And I live at a SRO, so it's basically like temporary housing until they find new housing.
Due to having HIV, Miss J. Williams qualifies for San Francisco's Single Room Occupancy, or SRO program, which provides at-risk, unhoused people with access to low-cost housing, usually in 8 by 10-foot rooms, in one of the many dilapidated residential hotels in the Tenderloin neighborhood for up to 30 days.
The city calls single-room occupancy buildings, or SROs, the last housing option before homelessness.
Currently, 15,000 people live in SROs in San Francisco, and their average monthly rent is $895.
I just moved there, but I was twice physically assaulted 4 times due to being trans.
What do you want, a room at the Four Seasons?
I don't want a room at the Four Seasons. I just want a room that's safe. I got bit by a pit bull last week. I just got out the hospital from literally somebody saying in the Latino dialect, get that, and their pit bull biting me on my ankle.
Well, that's just because, you know, San Francisco's just gotten out of hand. Where are you from?
I'm from here.
You're from San Francisco?
Yeah, my father's, I'm from Fillmore, Hazen Central. I pay cash money for these titties.
Hell yeah, how much?
$30,043. I Lord Tyra Banks or something like that, Lord. This is like real deal Holyfield, and it's a crock of shit. You cannot open a door to nowhere. You can't open no door. Like, I could have bought a house. I could be opening a door. I couldn't be on these streets right now.
Yeah.
You can buy these titties later when you buy your house and you're gonna finish your education.
That's the message to the kids. Wait to buy titties after getting the master's degree.
Please, all that Botox and Rotox and Kim Kardashian, please wait. Education, spirituality, and really doing the work every day. Go fund me, y'all, Miss J. Williams.
San Francisco, California. Frisco. Some people say the Paris of the West.
A gold rush boomtown that began in the late 1800s after the discovery of the Comstock lode sent millions of Americans headed west.
An explosion of migration from the ends of the earth.
For a while, shit was going pretty good. Until 1906, when a horrific earthquake came and destroyed 80% of the city, taking 7,000 lives.
San Francisco is gone.
A lot of people thought Frisco was done for good, but they were totally wrong.
San Francisco was rebuilt.
By the mid-century, it became the epicenter of counterculture. First, the beatniks, then the beat poets, then the hippie movement kicked off, which brought over 100,000 self-described flower children to the Haight-Ashbury, aka Hashbury neighborhood, to do acid and hang out. And it wasn't just San Francisco. Across the Bay, the Hells Angels were going strong. The Black Panther Party was becoming more powerful than ever. And a young journalist named Hunter S. Thompson was getting his start. The SF innovation wave just kept rolling. A couple years later, Burning Man begins on Baker Beach. The People's Temple begins in the Fillmore District. And the Castro District emerged as a mecca for gay men, with the rise of local leaders like Harvey Milk.
We are coming out of the closet!
And then one smart guy named Steve Jobs had a pretty bright idea. Macintosh, the foundational tech company that led to the boom of Silicon Valley, which brought over 1,000 tech companies to the Bay Area in just 5 years.
Bay Area, Silicon Valley, and
Yahoo, eBay, Dell,
Dell built a desktop just for me.
Intel, Microsoft,
I'm Bill Gates.
Facebook,
Hey, how's it going? This is our first live video.
Twitter. By 2019, San Francisco's GDP rose to $534.56 billion, making it the 8th largest economy in the entire world. Good news? Not really.
Everything that you think that it is really not what it is.
344% rent hike.
Neil has been paying $1,800 a month rent, but his landlady recently informed him she was raising the rent to $8,000 a month.
San Francisco is a fucked up place.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's impossible to live here. The rent is rising. Minimum wage is the same. No parking. If you get a parking ticket, nigga, that's a whole check right there. Rent is high, food is high, tickets is high, minimum wage is the same. You need to work 3 jobs just to live in a 1 bedroom in Zombieland.
We can't afford to live here. I'm born and raised here and I can't even afford to live here, but I do. Hard work, traffic.
Welcome to San Francisco.
A little bit of bipping here and there. And I make do. I make do with what I do. So you could have a job in the city, but you need other forms of income. So you need to hustle up something. You need to be doing 3 or 4 other things to survive in this city. You cannot just have one job. It's impossible unless you're like a lawyer, you work in tech, or you would trick.
Within just 10 years, rent in San Francisco nearly tripled, while the minimum wage remained the same, leading to a mass exodus of native San Franciscans.
You got San Franciscans moving to like Vegas, Texas, New York, Atlanta.
And a mass influx of what are colloquially known as tech bros. This created quite a few problems. For one, many of these tech bros had no cultural or family connection to the city. Plus, they weren't really there to stay. For example, the average residency for a Twitter or Facebook employee in San Francisco is 9 to 12 months, and many of them were bussed in and out of the city by private charter buses.
San Francisco, not for sale.
These people angry at what they see as growing income inequality in the city.
Now, before we continue, I'd like to mention that San Francisco's gentrification was not explicitly a direct result of tech. In an ideal world, big tech actually could have been good for the city, but the real culprit here is insane zoning regulations imposed by a group of lobbyists called the NIMBYs. NIMBY stands for Not in My Backyard.
NIMBYs in cities like San Francisco are essentially importing suburban expectations and land use controls into central cities.
So geographically, San Francisco is actually a pretty small area, which is not that densely populated. And many of the old school upper income neighborhoods like Nob Hill and Pacific Heights, which is home to the Pelosi family,
Drop the hammer,
are within walking distance to the commercial heart of the downtown area. So when big tech began to arrive, bringing in hundreds of thousands of new young professionals, residents of these neighborhoods became very concerned about the potential construction of high density apartment buildings, particularly with how this would cause noise pollution with the sounds of jackhammers and forklifts and beyond, but also how the buildings might block their view of the city or the bay. So neighbors of these wealthy areas would get together every time a high density development was proposed and say, "Not in my backyard," and they would lobby to get their neighborhoods protected under historical preservation status.
Marking a building, corridor, or neighborhood as historic is one tool NIMBYs can use to embalm a neighborhood while feeling good about themselves. They're defending the cultural and historic character of the place.
While this did serve to preserve traditional San Francisco aesthetics, it also basically froze urban development during the city's largest economic boom in history, causing home values to skyrocket and rent to rise far beyond what the median monthly income was. As a result, San Francisco experienced the most intense gentrification in American history. Black population shrunk from 14.5% to 6% of the city, and the poverty line rose so high that households making under $117,000 per year are considered to be low income.
If you're a San Francisco city girl like me, born and raised, it's too crowded here now. It's too much.
Very quickly, the creative class was replaced by the professional class, leaving vast subsections of the city utterly swagless. Still, California politicians didn't care. They wanted exponential growth, and for a while, it was happening. Then, in early 2020, a very hungry man allegedly ate a pangolin at a wet market in Wuhan, China, which ultimately prompted these tech companies to vacate all of their San Francisco offices in favor of a work-from-home model. At some point, these mega corporations like Twitter and Facebook figured out you can make just as much money, if not more money, having employees work from home. Not to mention, according to a recent study, employee happiness has increased by over 20% since remote work began as the industry standard for tech.
We're more productive at home. We're happier at home. We're doing what the company asks of us.
They were happier, healthier, and they realized something.
You know, you couldn't move anywhere and keep your Bay Area money. You know, you couldn't move anywhere and keep your Bay Area money.
Now working from home, hundreds of thousands of new San Francisco transplants had to make a choice. Should we stay in this extremely expensive, unwelcoming city full of homeless people and locals who don't like us and see us as walking emblems of oppression and displacement? Or keep the exact same job and move to somewhere like Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, where you can afford a gorgeous mountain home for the same price as a studio apartment in the Castro district? Most Californians in this position picked option 2 and got the hell out of town. So even after California reopened in early 2021,
You want the economy to reopen permanently.
these tech workers and the companies who employ them were like, man, fuck that, we're not going back to San Francisco. And some of these companies realized that emerging AI technology would allow them to cut their workforce in half.
150,000 tech workers have been laid off in 2022 alone.
We regret to inform you your position has been impacted.
I called my boss back and we just sobbed over the phone.
It's a Twitter bloodbath. Nearly 4,000 fired in one fell swoop. Half the global workforce. Twitter is not alone. Mass layoffs are happening across the tech world.
I take full responsibility for this decision.
The economy of San Francisco was collapsing in real time. Not to mention, homelessness nearly doubled during COVID. And politics aside, crime was on the rise.
As the city of San Francisco deals with the shocking, high-profile murder of tech executive Bob Lee, a greater question emerges. Who wants to live here anymore?
Yeah, out of pocket. I knock a nigga out his socket. I don't give a fuck if you won't get out of pocket. I'm not the one to motherfucking fuck with. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Yeah, I'll pull up with this switch. I'm on Cedar Block on the DL, so nigga, what you mean?
For this combination of reasons, over half of San Francisco's recently built luxury apartment buildings and giant office buildings are completely vacant right now. They're actually for sale.
It is becoming the next Detroit almost.
General Motors, Ford and Chrysler. It was a golden era of full employment for a triumphant America.
As they grew and they became multinational companies.
Detroit lost 200,000 inhabitants between 1950 and 1960.
To where these tech industries have pulled out, just like the car industries pulled out of there, and we're starting to be left with like a shell of our great city. And now it's debilitated and shut down into something that is never going to be able to get rented out again. All those tents out there, they're able-bodied individuals. They're being told that they shouldn't be working and they can collect general assistance and they can stay home and play on their phone. It is ridiculous. We need to start encouraging people to get back out to the workforce. We need to start making, that like a requirement. And these individuals that are coming here from Salt Lake City, Boise, Idaho, all these other places that San Francisco are putting a strain on our services. If they're going to come here to San Francisco, you need to be working. You can't just come here and just mooch off the taxpayers. That is ridiculous. So
there's ads online for people that come from other parts of the country to come here and get shelter.
Where are you from, sir?
Money. I'm from Montana.
He's from Montana. See?
Yeah, but I didn't come here for that. I live here and I work and I got a job and I got a girlfriend and we do drugs, but we're not robbing cars or fucking sucking off the city, or shitting on the sidewalk.
See, so there you go. There you have it. Montana. We're taking in your drug addicts as well. All this strain is getting put on my city, and that's why I'm a San Francisco nationalist. I really want what's good for San Francisco.
You have companies that used to have 4 buildings in San Francisco that now have 1 floor, and so all the infrastructure that's been built for this high pay is now sort of collapsing. And then to say that the reason that San Francisco isn't doing well is because of poor people living on the street who use drugs. It's not real. It's a red herring. We just did a street assessment here in the Mission, and 73% of the people that we spoke to were previously employed and housed. Okay, where were they working? They're working in janitorial jobs, in those office buildings. All of those businesses have changed their modality, especially those, you talk about downtown being closed. Well, downtown used to employ hundreds of thousands of people who were working in in low-level, entry-level jobs, you know, as janitors, as, you know, all the things that supported that business. Well, there's no one in those buildings.
Much like the gold tycoons who pillaged the West for its resources centuries ago, only to leave behind ghost towns that mark the Wild West, Big Tech has essentially used San Francisco as a playground for over 2 decades, and now has left behind an overpriced shell of a once great American metropolis. Anyways, the story of corporate greed is typically left out of the San Francisco conversation.
All you seem to hear about on TV is that San Francisco is an apocalyptic third world wasteland.
Brazen crime taking a huge toll on America's most progressive city.
Full of fentanyl, petty crime, graffiti, and so forth.
People are being shot, stabbed, beaten, brutalized, and they fornicate and they defecate and they do everything.
Is this true or is this cap? Let's go find out.
So my name is Tracy McCray. I'm currently the president of San Francisco Police Officers Association. I've been a cop, it's gonna be almost 34 years.
Is crime on the rise here?
Certain types of crime are on the rise. So robberies, right? They are up about 12 to 15%. I mean, don't walk around with your cell phone out because it's finna get snatched. So Prop 47 lowered the threshold for certain crimes like petty theft, right?
Prop 47, it reduces certain drug and theft crimes from felony charges to misdemeanors.
Before, if you stole anything over $400, that would be a felony charge. With Prop 47, so now you can steal up to $949.99 and you just get a ticket if you're caught. It's a citation, so it's akin to you running a stop sign, I'll pull you over and I give you a traffic citation. And you're either one of two people, you're like, oh shit, I got a ticket, or you're like, I don't give a shit. Back in November of, 2022, people just ransacked into the Louis Vuitton and just made off. That made national news.
Stunning video. This is going viral in San Francisco. Brazen thieves emptied out the Louis Vuitton store in Union Square.
So not a good look for the city, because we would love for people to come here and visit and spend their money, because tourism has always been our bread and butter.
Welcome to the most beautiful city in the world. San Francisco, I live in Frisco. San Francisco, here I go.
But unfortunately this past week, they hit Burberry, they hit Fendi, they hit Gucci.
Lieutenant McCray was making one thing clear. There was a massive organized retail boosting squad that was currently active in the immediate vicinity of Union Square. So I walked around Union Square and tried to find someone who might know something. Within 15 minutes, I identified the culprits. The Finesse Mall Gang, a graffiti and shoplifting crew known for spray painting public buses and stealing shit from Union Square.
Anybody could go to a store, grab some shit, and run out. It's our technique. It's how you do it. There's a lot going on though. You got the drug sales. You got motherfuckers getting shot, car burglaries. You know, you name it. That's what's going on. That's how we get it, man. That's all we know. Getting it out the mud, getting out these dirty streets. Tenderloin, but we all locked in over here, man. We got a face car valid all through these trenches.
How'd that make you feel?
Man, I'm ready to do it again.
Y'all can cover the face on this one, right? Yeah,
okay,
bro.
sick.
Is that a good, like a adrenaline boost?
Yeah, absolutely. My heart pumps. Hey, look, let's go over here with it. You got the cops right there. You feel me?
Hi, Channel 5.
Hi, Channel 5. How do you guys make your money and support yourself out here?
Hey, look, before all these niggas was doing this run out the store shit, we was walking out the store. We was having them say, y'all have a good day. Finesse them all, that's what it is, man. It's FBA shit, man.
If you were to guess, how much merchandise do you think you've been able to boost numerically in the past couple years?
Oh, God, everything, bro.
Yeah.
Probably like a 100 ball, maybe a little more than 100 ball. You know what I'm saying? A little more than 100 ball.
100,000.
Yeah, 100,000. Hey, look, there's not a shop in Union Square that we haven't hit for at least 10 bands. All them designer stores, Montclair, Louis, Gucci, Sunglasses Hut. We was